This video subject, I'm torn in different directions as to what is the next most relevant subject. Because in actuality, there's much more to address on what is it that God joined together. But I have a separate subject awaiting to be substantiated, and that is that the Textus Receptus essentially played a significant role in changing um, biblical transcription after, um, after early 1500s. Um, so for today, I'm going to choose to sort of complete a Textus Receptus analysis. The degree of difficulty to address transcription and translation is that it becomes something of a Pandora's box. I can show quickly and easily um, the difference between what they consider to be the original Greek by professionals as compared to, and then compare it to Textus Receptus. But then it starts to open up Pandora's box. Why did they change it? And why does everybody align with it in biblical transcription nowadays? And then it becomes something of a Pandora's box. I understand it to be the essence of separation church and state as a contribution to a fork in the road of the difference between the two. Um, uh, Essentially, state has a position, let's say, in the legal realm to have a need to address the legality of divorce, while the Pope has an interest in wanting to influence no divorce. The state has an interest in saying, well, um, what did God say about divorce? And then it becomes a, a quest for understanding what that means in Textus Receptus standard. So technically, what is it that God said that is applicable to this consideration of divorce versus not divorce? He said, let not man put asunder. Let not man take apart that which God joined together. Let not man divorce. Uh, let not man separate. Uh, so, but that's a technically a very um, variation to a description of a God-given free will that comes with the right to be wrong and it comes with the right to be right. In a correct hierarchical analysis to God, a person's free will governs everything. Um, he seeks to ask of you to freely choose him instead of making man do something that is against God's will in the making of it. Not that it's wrong, because there is a right and wrong to what is God's will as we consider obedience to his will as compared to free will. And in obedience to his will, he generally gives the word not. Let not, but let also. God could have chosen to make you obey him, but as a gift, he offered a free will. And the free will becomes so extreme to try to maintain that literally he sent his son to intervene, to maintain free will, but still call you to himself. Um, and the calling is governed by the word not, as obedience would be not, but also free will obedience is to the word let. Let the other person have a free will, even in marriage, so free that they can choose to divorce, and let that happen, instead of capture your spouse's free will. Another aspect of the rather seemingly diametrically opposed instruction to let not, while I re-emphasize the word not swallows the word let in obedience, but let your spouse disobey God if they choose to, and that is best understood by stepping back and realizing that uh, it appears to be a separate instruction of let and not, but really the cause is that there are two spirits being addressed simultaneously. Two, because there are two in the spousal marriage that is not joined together in spirit. Again, in actual godly correctness, in relation to free will, God does not join two eternal spirits together in marriage. He calls you to obedience to the first commandment, which says, no other before me. Your eternal spirit is meant to be a place of worship, singularly and individually to God and no other. The rest is interference. Even your spouse can be interference to worship between you and God. And so that's part of why there's a diametric let not. Allowing me to say it again, in godly correctness, God doesn't join together two spirits, even in spousal marriage. Nor does he join together your free will. That's a God-given bound that enables you to address your eternal spirit between God and you. And in godliness, a good spouse will seek to come together in understanding and seek to come together in united will, but allow differences, as you don't have to come together in unity. You can be individually accountable to God,